Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to Thoughts from the Porsche. We had a little technical snafu earlier today because we forgot to make sure all the batteries were charged. So because of that, we had to come out and reshoot the segment from earlier. But we're not talking about interest rates today. We're not going to talk about the fact that there's no inventory. We're not going to talk about that buyer demand is at an all-time high and that no sellers are selling right now. So we're not going to talk about any of that. Actually, I'm going to go down and I have a bone to pick with McDonald's right now. And yes, a lot of you are saying, oh my God, Aaron, that's awful food. You shouldn't be eating it. It's unhealthy for you. Whatever, we'll get past that. The fact is that as a kid, growing up in the 70s and 80s, McDonald's was huge. And McDonald's introduced in 1971 a group of characters known as the McDonald Land characters. Ronald McDonald was the head dude. Then you had Mayor McCheese. You had Officer Big Mac. You had the Hamburglar. You had Captain Crook. You had the Fry Guys. You had Grimace. You had Birdie the Early Bird. And you had the Professor. They made up the town. Hamburglar and Grimace were kind of the villains, along with Captain Crook, that everybody was trying to get, because obviously the Hamburglar sold hamburgers and Grimace was all involved in milkshakes and everything else. So roughly about 40 years ago, McDonald's phased out the characters. I don't know why they did it. I'm guessing it's because of a lot of reasons back then, dealing with childhood obesity and trying to target more of an adult audience with their food versus kids, because in the 80s there was a lot of stuff going around about advertising to kids, advertising your products to kids, especially during the early 80s with Saturday morning cartoons and everything else. So let's fast forward 40 years to the summer of 2023. And all of a sudden, Grimace has a birthday. Grimace is now 52 years old and he has a birthday. Well, McDonald's, nobody knows Grimace. There is not a kid today that knows Grimace. Everybody who knows Grimace is in their 40s and 50s because they are people who grew up with these characters. You can't take away characters for 40 plus years and then turn around and bring them back and expect everybody to understand who these characters are and what they mean to your brand. And I was driving down the road the other day and all of a sudden they were talking about Hamburglar. Well, Hamburglar as well hasn't been on anybody's radar for 40 years. You can't have your cake and eat it too, McDonald's. Oh wait, you don't do that anymore either. Birthdays are gone at McDonald's. There's no longer a birthday cake with a big jug of orange Kool-Aid that came out, and maybe a visit from Ronald McDonald during your birthday party while you're playing in Playland on all the playground equipment that's fashioned after the characters. You don't have any of that. Leave the characters alone. They're gone. You're trying to be Starbucks. Your stores look like depressed teenagers. Just let it be. Let the happiness of the 70s and 80s that went with McDonald's just be gone. Because no matter what you do, you are not going to be able to bring that back. I don't care. That's just me. This is Aaron from TLG Estates with Thoughts from the Porsche, and those are my thoughts on the McDonald's character. Like, subscribe.